In today's cinematic world, it seems that every release needs to have at least 2 more sequels, and every production company wants its own extended universe. Universal Studios were no different. They started with a faltering step with the criminally underrated Tom Cruise outing of The Mummy for their Dark Universe series. It sent for everyone that slated that film that their idea for a monster extended universe was dead and buried. But could this release revive its fortunes? Hello, welcome back to the Adrian Project. I'm Adrian with a face for radio, and on today's episode I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free, plain talking review of Universal Studios' The Invisible Man. So, cue the music. Trapped in a violent, controlling relationship with a wealthy scientist, Celia escapes in the dead of night and disappears into hiding. But when her abusive ex suddenly dies, Celia suspects his death was a hoax, as a series of eerie coincidences turn lethal, threatening the lives of those she loves. Celia's sanity begins to unravel while she desperately tries to prove she is being hunted by someone nobody can see. So just before we start, as you can see, different surroundings for this plain talking review. We've got the washing machine on downstairs, so I didn't want the sound of the spinner going in the background all the time, ruining the audio. So that's why I've changed the venue just for today. Okay, so as we said in the piece before, Universal Studios wanted to start off their own classic cinematic dark universe where they're bringing back all the old monsters. They started with The Mummy. Now, I think this is criminally underrated. It was panned by the critics. Fans didn't seem to like it. I don't know why. I thought it was awesome. I don't own it, but I've seen it. It's one that I've got in the to buy list. Yeah, but I see absolutely no problem with it. And because of the panning that it got, it looked like Universal Studios weren't going to continue with their Dark Universe. But with the release of this film, I think they've changed their mind, and now for one, I'm glad they have changed their mind. So you might know The Invisible Man either from the H.G. Wells book or from the 1930s film The Invisible Man with Claude Rains, classic film in its own right. This one has been brought up to date into a modern setting. It stars Elizabeth Moss as Cecilia, and she is fast becoming one of the best actresses of the current crop. I think she's absolutely awesome in this film. You may know her from The Handmaid's Tale, and I say she's absolutely outstanding in this. I was glad to hear as well that it was Leigh Whannell who was directing, and it's a Blumhouse production, so I have high hopes for this film, and I was not disappointed. Me and Claire absolutely love everything that Leigh Whannell does. You may know him from his Saw films and all the horror films that he does, and he's done an absolutely superb job on this. It starts off with Elizabeth Moss's character Cecilia. Like I said, she's escaping an abusive relationship from a scientific husband. Can't get my words out right there. She manages to get away, and then she's told that he's taken his own life. Now, this is the only one point of the film that really confused both me and Claire. She goes to the reading of the will, where she's told she's been awarded $5 million, which will be paid $100,000 per month over subsequent months. So she goes to a job interview. Now, for me, if somebody were giving me $100,000 a month, I wouldn't go working for somebody else. But that's the only part of this film that left me scratching my head, that why would this character do that? I don't know. But that's for you to figure out yourself. And it's not long before Cecilia starts to think that things aren't as black and white as they look, as strange little happenings and coincidences keep occurring, and it starts to affect her mentally. Absolutely brilliantly portrayed, like I say, by Elizabeth Moss, and this is done fantastically. The one thing I did notice in this film, there were a lot of places in here where there could have been jump scares, but they weren't. And I think that made it all the better. Plus as well, the music, or should I say, lack of it. Now, usually when you get a film to build tension, you've got some ominous background music. You're thinking, oh, something's coming. In this film, no music on some of the scenes at all. And I think that puts you on edge, because right from the beginning of this film, you will be on edge. Part where she's escaping her husband, that'll have you on edge, and you know, you're all tensing up. And then when all the weird events start happening, start hearing noises, things start going missing, the tension is just racked up that way. It doesn't need, you know, the sort of music that makes you jump out your skin. This is just full of tension and it has you on the edge of your seat. Supporting characters, absolutely fantastic as well. You have to a special mention, I can't remember the name of the actor who plays her husband's brother. He's a lawyer. He's a bit of a slimy git. But I say, there's a strong supporting cast in this film as well. The way they've done it, they've given it a whole new modern twist. Absolutely love it. They've got away from the drinking the potion and, you know, doing it that way. It's not long before you figure out how the Invisible Man is playing with her emotions, and there is a twist at the end which I am not going to give away at all. I sort of half guessed it myself right at the point where the twist happened, but let's say there are two twists at the end. So like I said, I'm not going to really want to tell you, but I don't want to make doing any spoilers for this. I highly recommend you go out and buy this film. It is awesome. It is one, if you can watch it on Netflix or Sky or whatever it is this film is on, I can highly recommend it. It is absolutely brilliant, fantastically well written, of course, because Lee Whannell is an awesome director. Like I say, we love just about everything that he's done. There are small little bits of humour in there which are excellently well played as well. There are a couple of scenes in there that will shock you. Now, they are not jump scares, but they will shock you. And it's sort of like, wow, I didn't think that was going to happen. You sort of, no, I just can't get I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm not going to tell you. You've got to go and watch this film. It is awesome. So that is The Invisible Man, starring Elizabeth Moss. Can't praise this film highly enough. You will enjoy it. I think you have to be dead from the head down to not enjoy this film. So I'm going to give this film my full 5 evil Ednas. And that's the end of yet another episode. I hope you all enjoyed that one. If you did, and you haven't done so already, could you please remember to subscribe to my channel. At the moment, I'm aiming to get 1,000 subscribers. And as soon as I hit that 1,000th subscriber mark, I will donate at least £20 to Macmillan Nurses here in the UK. For those of you living outside of the UK and you don't know who the Macmillan Nurses are, they are there to help everyone with cancer live life as fully as they can, providing physical, financial and emotional support. I myself have had their services firsthand and I can tell you they are exceptional. A lot of the time they do have to rely on public donations, so if you'd like to find out more about Macmillan Nurses, or in fact give a little donation yourself, then please visit www.macmillan.org.uk. Okay, I'd like to thank you all again for watching. It's very much appreciated. Don't forget, you can still follow me on Facebook and on Twitter if that's going to be easy for you. And here's to seeing you all again on the next episode of the Adrian Bout Project.